Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Today I have come to discuss the few topics which has been written by our students, which they were facing as an obstacle, or you can say like they were distracting by these issues, and they have some kind of the obstacles in their studies. So they have discussed with us, especially the SLC students. So I just came with their all those issues they have written and they have given to me, and mostly I've gone through all the papers those who have written there, and I found that the few topics, the issues which is similar to most of them. So just I came with those topics, like the first topic, those among those it was similar for their kind of the obstacle was that they study the few topics or the chapter or question answers, and they forget the previous one. तो जो अभी पढ़ रहे हैं वो जब नेक्स्ट चैप्टर को जाते हैं तो प्रीवियस चैप्टर वो भूल जाते हैं. So regarding that issues we have discussed, and I have given some advice to the especially those in the SLC, the 10th, either ICSE, CBSE or the state board, because the very soon the final exam is coming, mostly in the March or the February last week it will start. So I just asked them that what are the issues, what are the problems they have, or what are the obstacles they have in their studies. So they have written that the first one was the common, that they study and forget. And then I found that why they are, what is the reason for that? It's because that is called the lack of the concentration. When they study the answers for the particular time, or just they remember the answer and they forget. They do not have the habit to learn and write those answers. So I have given, as per my the own experience, the personal experience, based on the 13 years experience of this being in the teaching field, I told them that they can learn the few questions. Let somebody has the question answer capacity to learn once, because everybody has a different capacity to learn the question answers. So if somebody has the 5 question answers capacity to learn that. So I told them that you can learn the 5 question answers and then give the one question as a self-assessment or the self-test, and later on you can just do the self-correction. कि लाइक अगर आपको 5 क्वेश्चन आंसर ही पढ़ने की कैपेसिटी हो सकता है, सब बच्चे का अलग अलग कैपेसिटी होता है, तो अगर आप सिर्फ 5 क्वेश्चन पढ़ सकते हैं तो यू कैन डू दैट कि 5 क्वेश्चन पढ़ने के बाद 1 क्वेश्चन फॉर द टेस्ट एंड उसको सेल्फ करेक्शन कीजिए. देखिए पता चलेगा आपको कहाँ कहाँ क्या क्या रॉन्ग हुआ. इफ समबडी हैज द मोर कैपेसिटी टू लर्न द एंटायर चैप्टर और द 10 क्वेश्चन 15 क्वेश्चन, दे कैन गो हेड. But if they have the less capacity, they can learn the 5 question and the 1 question as a self-assessment. Second, the point I've given them that they can have the habit of the learn and the writing. After learning, if the few difficult questions you are facing, that you write the 2-3 times. When I was in the PUC, because I came from the the totally Hindi background. In the SLC, the 10th, I have studied in the Hindi medium. And I came to the PUC, it is a completely the totally different medium, that is the English medium. So ये रूल हम अप्लाई किए थे कि लर्न एंड राइट. So whichever the difficult for me, it was almost all the questions are difficult only because it came from the Hindi medium to the English medium. So it was obviously not so much easy for me. So I felt all the most of the questions are difficult only. But अगर आप लोग though you are studying in the English medium तो आपको easy लगेगा. Then you can just the few difficult question you can practice by the writing 2-3 times. Need not to be the precise or very the correct way, all the spelling or the handwriting, just to understand and let's recall the few words. You can write it down the answers. And then the third solution I've given for this one, which you study and forget, is called the find some keyword of all the answers of particular letter. Every question answers has some keyword. So if I'm saying what is a photosynthesis, for example, I'm taking the one question, what is a photosynthesis? So it is the process by which the plant will prepare their own food with the help of the sunlight, carbon dioxide, and the minerals. So you don't have to remember this is a process and all, it, this, that. You can underline that sunlight, then it is carbon dioxide, and then it requires some minerals. These 3 points are the 4 in the words. In the almost all the question answers, hardly the 10 keywords can be there. Keywords are the highlighted words which will impact your answers, which will define your answers. Rest of the part are is called the grammatical, the sentences forming that. So especially in the maths or science, you don't require the so much grammatically correct. So अगर आपका एक दो the grammatically up and down होता है, this की जगह it की जगह these all are acceptable, but the keyword are the most important. The mostly the teacher when we evaluate the paper, just we see the words, the keywords. Everybody cannot find the entire 10 12 lines to read each and everything where the grammatical mistakes and all. So that is not the exact the correction for that your answers is the keywords. So that one example I've given that they can find some keywords and they can highlight when you are remembering the answer, when you learning the answer. दूसरा जो common issue था that was the time management. The few students they have written that we are unable to manage the time for the studies. If we focus on the math, science, Kannada, or the in particular some difficult subjects, we are not getting time for the other subjects. Be honest that whether you use the time of the while going to the school and coming from the school, or going to the tuition, coming from the tuition, whether you utilize the time during the lunch break, we get the 25 to 30 minutes for the lunch break. Do you think that you need 25 to 30 minutes to do the lunch? No, not at all, not at all. Hardly you require the 5 to 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, because you talked with your friends, you enjoy because you got the break in between that time you can take out the book and just have the formula. I used to do in my PUC. When I used to go to the bus stand, I used to carry one either notebook or the textbook. हम फॉर्मूला एक बार रिवाइज करते हुए जाते थे बस स्टैंड तक, एंड फ्रॉम द बस स्टैंड टू माई हाउस इट वॉज अप्रोक्सीमेटली 45 minutes to 1 hour, very far from my college. So I used to carry the book in my hand in the bus and just reading the formula, few small question answers, definitions that you can learn. So that way you can manage the time. There you can study the Hindi, English, very small question answers you can read. That is the one way of secondary is that whenever you sit to study, you hardly study for the 45 minutes, half an hour at a time. After it, what you do, you will get distracted with the mobile phone or the TV, or sometimes with the parents, those who are in your house, or the relatives or the friends. These distraction will kill your time for the studies, and then you will blame yourself, or tell. One student had written that the teacher must understand that why they are giving us so much of the homework, either in the school or the tuition. They must understand our capacity. Each student has a different capacity. I know every student has a different capacity, but are you using the full of your capacity for the studies? Certainly not at all. So if able to study 2-3 hours without any taking the break for the water or anything, then you can say yes, I'm not getting the time and all. Then I can understand. तो आप अपने ब्रेन को ट्रेन करो कि yes, I have the time, I can study. While going from the tuition, it takes the 15 to 20 minutes to reach to your house. You cannot read that time. Yes, of course you're coming with your parents. So parents is riding the bike, you're not riding the bike. Of course, if you're riding the cycle, that time you do not study. I'm not saying that you're on the road, you just keep reading and just strike with some kind of the vehicle and all. No. Just see that if you can. If otherwise, directly reach to the home. Don't talk to here and there. Don't go to any other shop and enjoying having the pani puri and this and that. Now, whatever you have done, that is a pass. And I was not so much bothered when you were 2 months back, because now your exams are coming very soon to you. It's very near, like 2.5 months maximum, or you can say the 3 months left for all of you. So you have to increase the speed or the rate of studies. Like you might have seen that the marathon or the relay, when they start running, in the beginning it will be slow, but as the time lapse has been very less left, that time the people or the person who is the runner, he will increase his speed. He cannot go ahead with the same speed. So now you don't have so much of time left. Of course, earlier the 10 months, 11 months you had, now you have the only 2.5 months left. That you have to feed your brain that I don't have so much of time. In this only I have to manage the time. And I'm not telling you to take the pressure so much. Taking the pressure is different. And telling yourself that this is the right way to utilize the time is different. So utilize the time, not pressurize yourself. That is not my intention, to pressure yourself. Of course, you do your best and leave the rest. The result or the output or the bestest thing should be happened that will be must, that will be given by the God, by the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not by the us. In the Gita it is said, tum karm karo, phal ki chinta mat karo. So you do your work, result will be decided by the God, not by you. उसके बाद ये तो हो गया कि आपको लाइक टाइम मैनेजमेंट, तो आप अपने आप को फुल बना लो कि टाइम मैनेजमेंट नहीं, टाइम मैनेजमेंट है, तो आप बचा सकते हो वहाँ पे. वी हैव द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज दैट difficult to get up in the morning. Got up in the morning, if you want to have that cup of tea or the cup of the coffee or the Horlicks or the milk, whatever you like, you can have that in that, so that can make you to awake. And then too, if you're feeling sleepy, you can just come out from your house in the balcony or some staircase and have the 5-6 walk upon that, so it can also remove the feeling of sleepy. And then to again, if you're getting them telling you that you have to tell your brain, or tell yourself that dude, I have to study, मैं पढ़ेगा, मैं पढ़ने बैठेगा, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए दो, let it be anything, I have to study. So what you can do, you can have the bath in the morning, whether it's hot water or the cold water, as per your the suitability, that you can have that hot water or the cold water, वो आप पे डिपेंड करता है. लेकिन एक चीज़ माइंड के अंदर क्लियर रखना है कि मुझे पढ़ना है, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाएगा, किसी भी रीजन से होगा. आई वांट टू जस्ट शेयर वन इंटरव्यू ऑफ दैट Elon Musk. You might have heard about the Elon Musk, one of the richest person of the world. As well, beyond that, he is a kind of very techie person, very technological person, as well as very motivational, inspirational person. For me especially, I watch his most of the interviews and the videos. तो एक इंटरव्यू में देख रहा था मैं कि he just the interview he asked the Elon Musk that what is the thing that which will motivate you to do the so many hard work or the so much of work. So Elon Musk asked that twice, thrice, that what is the meaning of the question of this. So that interviewer understood that whether he is not able to understand the question, so he put in another way that there is something, the push force to you, or the something is there that which will drag you on the successful path. Then he says, look at, I understood your question the first only, but I was shocked that you are asking me that who will motivate me to do my work. My work is my job, my work is my duty. And why the person need to push, or somebody has to be forced, somebody will motivate you to do your work. For example, you want to breathe, सांस लेना चाहते हो, does anyone will come and tell you that, oh dude, you have forgot to take the breath from the past 2-3 days, you take the breath? कोई बोलेगा आपको कि 2-3 दिन से सांस भूल गए हो, आप सांस ले लो? नहीं, taking the breath is my duty, otherwise I will not be able to survive. So doing my job, doing my duty, it is my responsibilities, and I have to do. For that, I don't need anyone to motivate me, inspire me. This is my job. Simple logic. If you study more, you will get the good marks. Sir, he or she is not studying. No. Sometimes you will come and complain, वो तो पढ़ नहीं रहा ना, मैं अरे he doesn't want to get the 90%, 95%. Do you want? Yes, sir. You have to work extraordinary. When he will sleep, you have to study. When he is joking, you have to study. He is running, you have to study. When he is eating, you have to study. When he is sleeping, you have to study. So you can be different, and you perform your duty. Whether less or more, if you have done the more hard work, you have done the duty very well. तो आप पढ़ाई करो, आपका वो ड्यूटी है, और अपने आप को बताओ मुझे उठना है सुबह में. There should not be difficulty. Next point था like having the this kind of habit that you are forgetting the answers in the examination. Like when you sit in the examination, rest of the time you know and you remember the answers. When the teacher asks, your friends ask, कोई पूछता है तो you will give the answers. But sometimes when you go to the examination, because of the examination pressure or the kind of the anxiety you have that, oh my God, this is the final exam, this is a preparatory exam, or whatever the exams are there, and you have that kind of anxiety and you have that kind of nervousness. So because of that reason, you might forget the answers. अब उसके लिए क्या करना? That is also because of the lack of the practice. And sometimes you feel when with the friends, sometimes they make the noise, you will say, sir, I am very uncomfortable to sit here and study. No, you have to sit. Every time you will not get in the very pleasant atmosphere or the environment where you sit and write the exam or you will study. Of course, you might get the chance that you have that school or the center where you got the the place for the examination. There is a very busy road and the vehicles will be coming and going that will make the noise. You cannot blame for that. So that is also one reason that you have to be more focused. So for focus, I have said that you can perform the meditations. Like meditation is like 5-10 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. Also you can do that. If not able to close the eyes, because if you close the eyes, you will sleep only. I know that in the morning. I know that. If unable to close the eyes, so what you can do that. Have the question answers when you're practicing. Practice on the newspaper. I have done in a PhD career. So write on the newspaper in the written part, and then try to match the question answers upon that when you're practicing that. So you need the more concentration to match the answers. Meditation, I told you, like you can have that, the body in the some postures that you can find on the internet also. Is a part of the yoga, so you can just have the 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes of the very the concentrative way to just calm down yourself, or get some positive energy inside you, so you can perform the very well in the entire day. देखो हमारा एक एग्जांपल देते हैं, मोबाइल जो तुम्हारा एक है उसके अंदर 100% बैटरी चार्ज की हो. Somebody will use the mobile phone 100% charge battery for the different useful purpose, like making a call, some WhatsApp, the chat, some they have the important chat, some business, the banking purpose. That for that they will make that. Few people will use like in the another way, that misleading way, that the misuse of that mobile phone batteries. He will use for the game, the singing or the dancing, making the like kind of the reels, which is not required for at your age when you are studying in the SLC and all. You can focus on the studies and all. तो मान लीजिए आपको बैटरी है 100%, आप गेम खेल के बर्बाद करो या कॉल लगा के बर्बाद करो, बैटरी विल बी ड्रेन आउट. Same thing, your body is there, which will be charged for the 100% for the day. Now you want to play with your friends, enjoying, laughing, and disturbing the others, distracting yourself also. The energy of your body, which the reflect as a battery of your body, which will be the drain out. Again, it will be the lost in the form of the useless things. A few people, the few students, those who are good in the studies, they will focus on their studies. They'll use this energy for learning purpose, for practice of the studies. Why I'm telling repeatedly? See, before this, I didn't made any kind of the video for your studies and all. I just made this video, so at least you have the some the kind of the knowledge that in 2.5 months. Beyond that, you have the final examination of your life. That will imprint, that will be the kind of give you the rebirth of your educational the pillars, which is called the SLC or the PUC, which will create the entire structure of your life for the further what are the things, what are the scopes you have, where you can apply, where you can put your interest. For that reason, I made I'm making the one video. रास्ते मुश्किल हैं, the paths are difficult, but the paths are there. रास्ता मुश्किल है लेकिन रास्ता है. मुश्किल है तभी तो वो आपको उस टाइप की मंजिल देगी जहां पे हर कोई नहीं पहुंच सकता है. Everybody cannot score the 95% or the 95+%. Few will cross that one, like the old students, either the Idam Zehra or the Arshia Shah or the Mamun Mondal or anyone, those who have scored above the 95%. Of course, they had the different kind of experience than the others. They worked differently than the others. उनका रास्ता मुश्किल था लेकिन रास्ता था. They had the path. Of course, it was difficult. तो आपके पास भी है, difficult है, but रास्ता तो है. There is the path. तो हो सकता है बहुत सारा और कुछ इश्यूज है, जैसे कुछ किसी का फैमिली इश्यूज था कि मेरे पेरेंट्स जो हैं वो लाइक बीमार रहते हैं या फाइनेंशियली का नहीं. ऑफकोर्स ये सब होता है, सब किसी के बहुत किसी के लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम. लाइक APJ Abdul Kalam sir, if you take the example, he didn't have the proper the financial support in his childhood as well as in the college time also. He used to sell the newspaper on the railway station Rameshwaram, and then he used to study. तब जाके वो APJ Abdul Kalam sir बने. No one, I don't think that anybody in the India who can hate him. Everybody respect him, irrespective of any religion and caste. Always remember, my dear students, this is the only power in the entire world. This education. The education is the only powerful tools in entire world which can give you the immense love, more respect, and the financial stability in your entire life, irrespective of any religion, caste, creed, color, country, state, let it be anything. It doesn't matter at all which religion you belong, which color you belong, whether you're rich or poor, or you are from this state, that state. This education can give you the entirely whatever the required thing for the successful people. Don't give me the example that, like, Sachin Tendulkar is not so much educated. Every failed student cannot become the Sachin Tendulkar. The one student told me that, sir, like, Sachin Tendulkar, he is not good. He was not good in the studies. Then how he has become so successful? I said that, look, at everyone cannot become the Sachin Tendulkar. Do you know about the Sachin Tendulkar? What was his level of the dedications? Just you heard about the Sachin Tendulkar is not good in, was not good in the studies, and you just pick up that line. Ask him. He was brilliant in cricket. He was very enthusiastic in the cricket. He was very dedicated in the cricket. Remember in the one match, I don't remember the name of the cricket player. Somebody was from the Australia or somewhere. So he has bowled Sachin Tendulkar, and he was very happy. Took the ball and went to the Sachin Tendulkar sir, and he asked that, sir, I want another autograph that I have bowled with this ball. So the Sachin Tendulkar written on that ball, it will happen never. You understand the meaning of that? It will never happen again in your life. And after that, he just played for the 13 years with him, and that bowler was never again able to bowl him. अब समझो उस बंदे का डेडिकेशन लेवल कितना था. उसने सिर्फ लिख दिया कि इट विल नेवर हैपन अगेन, ऐसा नहीं था. तो आप कभी किसी एक चीज को पकड़ के, लाइक सचिन तेंदुलकर वाज नॉट गुड इन द स्टडीज एंड बिकॉज इवन आई एम नॉट गुड इन द स्टडीज आई विल बिकम द सक्सेसफुल. नो. One student say, my father didn't had the good education in childhood and all, and but he is earning well. I said, he is earning well. If he could have been educated, he would have been earning the best. So why you are telling that your father was here, so even I want to be here? Your father was here because of some unknown circumstances. I don't know about your father's background, so I cannot pass the comment upon him. But I am sure, I am 100% giving the assurity that whatever the hard work your father has done till now, if you become educated and you do so much of the hard work, you will get the more reputations, more respect, more money than your father. This is the guarantee of the education. One mechanic will, repair the washing machine who is not educated. Of course, he will repair because he has the experience. But a person who is educated and got the some experience, so when both will be standing, he will be knowing the more things because he is a technical sounding. He has the more knowledge technically and experience both, but he has the only experience. So he will be as a worker. Maybe he will open the own washing machine factory, the own washing machine manufacturer industries, because he have the education. So your father is working the hotel as a manager, not being educated so much. When you become so much of educated, might be you open the own hotel. तो ये उस बच्चे को लगता है कि ये निगेटिव द नरेशन मत बनाओ अपने बारे में कि फला आदमी फेल्ड है. दे आर द लेस द uneducated person who become the successful than the educated person. Of course there is a passion required. तो उस मेरी बात को याद रख लो. This education can give you the immense love, lots of the respect, and the totally financial stability in your life. So I think that your exams are coming very near to you, 2.5 months. My dear, all the students, please work hard. If possible, we'll see that the time to time, if you need the guidance, I'll be keep giving you that. But the reason is that even I'm a little bit busy in that, making the question papers, the tricks or the tips, the some important questions and all, correcting the papers and all, whatever you give the exams. So even I have the lack of the times, and alhamdulillah, I have opened one school also. So I'm just running that school in the morning time. I don't have the time for the tuition center. Earlier I had the time that fully I was concentrating the tuition centers, but now a little bit I am busy in the managing that school also, because it is a first year for us and we are learning a lot of the things in the the area. Whatever the circumstances are coming, we are facing that and we are trying to resolve that. And we have applied for the the recognition of our school also, registration of the schools. So little bit I'm busy in that, but still I'm working upon you all guys. If you feel at all anything, that I want to share further also, you can come. As I've already told many of you that you can come or you can contact me genuinely, not for the jokes and all. Otherwise, that I'm a little bit strict also. Joke करोगे तुम्हारे बाप पे हम, इस बात को याद रख लेना. Don't forget that I'm running from past 13 years. I have the more experience than you. I think you are the 2-3 years or 5 years when I have my first SLC batch I've gone from the tuition center. तो बाप बनने की ट्राई मत करना, बाप हम ही रहेंगे. तो वो चीज़ को हमेशा याद रखो. अगर जेनुअनली कुछ हेल्प चाहिए आपको फॉर एनी रीजन, इधर पर्सनल और द स्टडीज रिलेटेड, यू कैन टॉक टू मी फ्रीली. आई विल बी देयर टू हेल्प यू आउट एवरी टाइम, एनी टाइम. So hope that you all will perform the well. So Allah Hafiz, we'll meet you in the next video. Till then, keep studying. Allah Hafiz.